Aging is often seen as a slow decline. But the truth is that much of what we call aging is the accumulation of small daily choices. Nowhere is this more obvious than in the early hours of the morning. You may think that sipping coffee and nibbling toast is a harmless ritual. Yet research shows that the hours just after waking are the riskiest time of the day for heart attacks and strokes. Between 6 and 9 in the morning, blood pressure rises. Cortisol is high. The blood thickens, and circulation becomes sluggish. For older adults already living with high blood pressure, diabetes, or stiff arteries, this can be the perfect storm. Take George, a 72-year-old man from Ohio. His morning routine was simple: a slice of white bread with jam, a black coffee, and the morning news. He thought of it as comfort, yet those choices fed inflammation, spiked his blood sugar, and left his body dehydrated. One morning, George collapsed before breakfast was over. He survived, but the event forced him to rethink everything. His story is not unique. Many seniors walk into danger each morning without realizing it. The hopeful message is this: the morning can also be the most powerful time to protect your heart and brain. If you give them the right fuel, a healthy breakfast can lower blood pressure, thin the blood, reduce inflammation, and keep you sharp for the day ahead. Studies in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition show that seniors who eat breakfast rich in fiber, antioxidants, potassium, magnesium, and omega-3 fatty acids have far fewer strokes. Harvard research warns that relying on processed or skipping breakfast entirely raises stroke risk by as much as 27%. That is a massive difference from one simple daily choice. So in this video, I will reveal 10 morning ingredients that are easy to find, easy to prepare, and proven by science to protect your heart and prevent strokes. Some will surprise you, like beet greens that most people throw away, or black sesame seeds that many have never tried. Each comes with stories of seniors who used them and saw their health transform. Stay with me until the end, because the final ingredient is something overlooked in most kitchens. Yet it may be the strongest shield you can give your arteries each morning. Before we dive in, if you have not subscribed yet, I recommend you hit that button and turn on the bell so you never miss another health tip made just for you. If you enjoy this video, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 to let me know how I can make better content for you. Part 1. Start every morning with water. When most seniors wake up, their first thought is often about coffee, tea, or breakfast. Yet before any of those, your body is silently craving one thing above all else: water. During the night, as you sleep, you lose fluid through breathing and sweating. By the time you wake up, you are already mildly dehydrated, even if you do not feel thirsty. For a younger person, this might only cause slight grogginess. But for an older adult, the stakes are far higher. Dehydration in the morning thickens the blood, making it harder for the heart to pump and easier for clots to form. Those clots can block the arteries that feed the brain or the heart, setting the stage for a stroke or heart attack in the early hours. That is why doctors often see their busiest emergency rooms between 6 and 9 a.m. Think of your circulation like a river. Overnight, the water level drops, the flow slows, and debris begins to gather. Add one more stick, one more rock, and the river can clog, but pour in fresh water, and suddenly the river runs clean again. That is exactly what a morning glass of water does for your blood. It thins it, helps it flow smoothly, and prevents the tiny clumps that can grow into life-threatening blockages. Scientific research confirms this. A study published in the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that drinking 12 to 16 ounces of water after waking lowered morning blood pressure and improved circulation. Another study in the journal Neurology revealed that stroke patients who arrived at the hospital dehydrated were twice as likely to have poor outcomes. In other words, water is not just a comfort, it can determine survival. Let us take the story of Margaret, a 74-year-old retired teacher from Texas. For years she woke up, poured herself a cup of coffee, and read the paper. She often felt lightheaded when standing up quickly but brushed it off as age. One morning she nearly fainted in her kitchen. Her doctor explained that she was dehydrated and her blood pressure was spiking in the morning. She was advised to drink a full glass of water before coffee. At first, Margaret was skeptical. Could something so simple matter? But within weeks, she noticed fewer dizzy spells, more energy, and even better digestion. Her morning headaches disappeared. She realized her body had been sending warnings all along, and water was the answer. So how should seniors adopt this habit effectively? First, drink before coffee or tea. Caffeine is a mild diuretic and can pull even more fluid from your system. So always give your body water first. Second, choose warm or room temperature water. Cold water can shock a sensitive stomach, while warmer water is gentler and stimulates digestion. Third, make it pleasant. Add a slice of lemon for vitamin C and antioxidants, or a teaspoon of honey for natural sweetness and antibacterial properties. Finally, be consistent. Aim for 8 to 12 ounces, about a standard glass, within 15 to 30 minutes of waking up. Over time, it becomes as automatic as brushing your teeth. The beauty of this ritual is that it costs nothing, requires no preparation, and yet delivers enormous benefits. Hydration improves blood flow to the brain, supporting memory and focus. It supports kidney function, flushing out toxins accumulated overnight. It helps regulate body temperature and even keeps joints lubricated, easing stiffness many seniors feel upon waking. Some studies also show that drinking water before meals can support weight control, another important factor in reducing stroke risk. I often remind patients that the very first thing you put in your body each morning sets the tone for the rest of the day. If it is sugar or caffeine, your body begins the day under stress. If it is water, your body begins the day in balance. This is not about giving up your favorite breakfast foods. It is about creating a foundation that makes everything else safer and more effective. Margaret now enjoys her coffee after her water, but she knows her arteries have already been given their morning shield. So, before we even consider superfoods like flax seeds, berries, or ancient grains, remember this: the most powerful stroke prevention tool in your kitchen is already in your tap. Treat that first glass of water like the first medicine of the day. Free, natural, and life-saving. If water, the simplest ingredient of all, can make such a profound difference, imagine what can happen when we add specific foods proven to relax arteries, lower cholesterol, and fight inflammation. That is what we will explore next. Beginning with a humble green, most people throw away without a second thought, yet it may be your strongest ally against stroke. Part 2. Baked greens. The overlooked artery protector. Most people who buy fresh beets never stop to think about the leafy tops attached to them. They trim them off and toss them into the trash or compost without hesitation. Yet hidden in those deep green leaves is one of the most powerful natural medicines for the heart and brain. For seniors especially, beet greens can be a game changer when it comes to preventing strokes. The secret lies in natural nitrates. Beet greens are loaded with these compounds, which the body converts into nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is a gas that relaxes and widens blood vessels. Think of it as nature's way of gently massaging the arteries, making them more flexible and improving blood flow. This is crucial in the early morning when blood is thickest and arteries are under the most pressure. By increasing nitric oxide, beet greens reduce that stress and lower blood pressure, protecting fragile vessels in the brain from bursting or clotting. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition found that adults who consumed nitrate-rich vegetables, including beet greens, experienced an average drop of 11 millimeters of mercury in systolic blood pressure within just a few weeks. Another study by the British Heart Foundation showed that adding beet-derived nitrates improved blood vessel elasticity in older adults, directly lowering stroke risk. But the benefits do not stop there. Beet greens are rich in potassium and magnesium, two minerals that keep the heartbeat steady and relax artery walls. They also provide a strong dose of vitamin K, which prevents dangerous calcification in the arteries, a process where vessels harden and lose their ability to carry blood efficiently. For seniors, whose vessels are already aging, these nutrients act like repair tools, keeping the system smooth and resilient. Let us consider Eleanor, a 69-year-old from Michigan. She used to buy fresh beets every week. Roasting them for dinner, the leafy tops went straight into the garbage. When her doctor warned her that her blood pressure was rising and her risk of stroke was increasing, she was told to try adding more leafy greens. To her surprise, the very part she had been throwing away was the answer. She started sautéing beet greens with olive oil and garlic 3 mornings a week. Within 2 months, her blood pressure readings improved significantly. She felt more energetic and confident on her morning walks. Eleanor later said, "I cannot believe I threw away medicine for years without realizing it." Practical preparation makes beet greens easy to include. Add them to smoothies, a handful blended with apple, banana, or berries provides nutrients, while the fruit masks the bitterness. Sauté lightly with olive oil, garlic, and lemon juice for a quick side dish. Chop and mix into omelets or scrambled eggs for extra fiber and minerals. Stir them into light soups or broths near the end of cooking. Each method is gentle on digestion and delicious when paired with familiar flavors. What makes beet greens especially powerful is how quickly they act. Unlike some lifestyle changes that take months to show results, the nitric oxide from beet greens begins working within hours of eating them. Blood vessels relax, circulation improves, and the brain receives more oxygen and nutrients. For seniors vulnerable to morning strokes, this can provide daily protection exactly when it is most needed. Of course, no food is a miracle on its own. Beet greens are part of a bigger picture of heart-friendly mornings, but they demonstrate an important truth. What we often consider waste may be the most valuable. In many cases, the healthiest parts of plants are the ones we discard. Choosing to keep beet greens is not just about nutrition. It is about honoring the whole food and letting it protect us the way nature intended. So the next time you bring home a bunch of beets, pause before tossing those greens. Wash them. Cook them. Enjoy them. They are not scraps. They are shields for your arteries. They are nourishment for your brain. They are one of the simplest, cheapest, and most effective tools to lower your stroke risk. And if something as overlooked as beet greens can do this, imagine the power packed into the tiniest seeds. That is where we go next. to a food so small you might brush it off. But inside it holds enormous strength for your heart. Part 3. Black sesame seeds. Tiny protectors with big power. When most people think of sesame seeds, they picture the pale white ones sprinkled lightly on hamburger buns or baked into crackers. They look decorative, but hardly important. Yet their darker cousin, the black sesame seed, is one of the most nutrient-rich foods you can add to your morning routine. Small enough to slip through your fingers, yet powerful enough to transform heart and brain health. Black sesame seeds deserve a permanent place on every senior's breakfast table. Why are they so potent? The answer lies in their dense concentration of antioxidants, healthy fats, and minerals. Black sesame seeds are packed with compounds called sesamin and sesamolin, both natural lignins that protect blood vessels from oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is one of the silent culprits behind arterial stiffness and plaque buildup. It is what turns minor inflammation into dangerous blockages. For seniors whose arteries have weathered decades of wear, reducing oxidative stress is essential. A Japanese study found that seniors who consumed black sesame seeds daily experienced lower levels of oxidative damage and better arterial function within just a month. Beyond antioxidants, these seeds provide healthy fats that balance cholesterol, while saturated fats in whole milk or processed foods raise harmful LDL cholesterol. The oleic acid and polyunsaturated fats in black sesame seeds work in the opposite direction. They reduce LDL, support protective HDL cholesterol, and keep the blood flowing smoothly. A clinical trial published in the Journal of Nutrition and Metabolism reported that participants who ate black sesame powder every day lowered their LDL cholesterol by nearly 10% while improving circulation. For seniors trying to avoid another prescription pill, that is a powerful option in the form of food. Minerals are another hidden treasure. Black sesame seeds are rich in magnesium, calcium, and zinc, all of which contribute to steady blood pressure and flexible arteries. Magnesium in particular acts as a natural relaxant for the blood vessels, helping them resist the morning spikes that so often trigger strokes. Calcium strengthens not only bones but also the muscular contractions of the heart. Zinc supports healing and immune strength, which become increasingly important with age. Put together, these minerals create a shield for both heart and brain. The story of Harold, a 72-year-old from California, illustrates their impact. He had always been a simple breakfast eater, sticking to white toast and coffee. His daughter, who loved experimenting with Asian cooking, brought him a small jar of black sesame seeds one day. Skeptical but curious, Harold sprinkled a spoonful on his oatmeal. Within weeks, he noticed subtle but important changes. He felt fuller. His digestion improved, and he had steadier energy throughout the morning. At his next checkup, his cholesterol readings were lower, and his doctor remarked on his improved blood pressure. Harold realized that those tiny black seeds were not garnish. They were medicine disguised as food. Using them is easy and inexpensive. Sprinkle a tablespoon over oatmeal or yogurt. Blend them into smoothies with bananas or berries. Grind them into a paste with a touch of honey for a delicious spread on whole grain toast. Even baking a small handful into muffins or homemade bread adds crunch and heart protection. They are versatile, flavorful, and integrate seamlessly into breakfast. What makes black sesame seeds even more exciting is their unique pigment. Unlike white sesame, the black variety contains anthocyanins, the same protective compounds found in blueberries and blackberries. These anthocyanins are known to strengthen blood vessel walls and reduce inflammation. providing double-duty protection for both heart and brain. Seniors often worry about memory decline alongside stroke. The antioxidants in black sesame seeds offer a protective edge for neurons, supporting sharper thinking and better recall. Skeptics may wonder, can something so tiny really matter? The answer is clear. Science confirms it. Centuries of traditional medicine confirm it. And personal stories like Harold's confirm it. The truth is that small, consistent choices compound over time. A spoonful of black sesame seeds each morning may not feel dramatic, but over weeks, months, and years, it builds into a shield that reduces your stroke risk and strengthens your vitality. So the lesson is simple. Do not underestimate the little things. Black sesame seeds may look small, but they carry enormous power. Adding them to your mornings is a quiet act of prevention, one that your arteries and brain will thank you for. And if such tiny seeds can have such an outsized effect, imagine what happens when we turn to another ancient superfood. Our next ingredient comes from the highlands of Peru and has been prized by the Inca for centuries. It looks like a nut, tastes like one too, but offers even more protection for your heart. That hidden treasure is the SACHA INCHI seed. Part 4. SACHA INCHI. The Inca's secret weapon against stroke. Long before the term superfood was coined, the ancient Inca civilization cultivated a star-shaped seed in the mountains of Peru. This seed, called SACHA INCHI, or sometimes Inca peanut, was treasured not only as food but as medicine for strength, endurance, and longevity. Today, science has confirmed what the Inca already knew. SACHA INCHI is one of the richest plant sources of omega-3 fatty acids, protein, and antioxidants, making it a remarkable shield for seniors against stroke and heart disease. Let's begin with omega-3. Most people associate omega-3 with fish oil or salmon, but surprisingly, SACHA INCHI seeds provide even more. Just 1 ounce delivers over 3,000 milligrams of alpha-linolenic acid, a type of omega-3 that reduces inflammation, prevents clots, and keeps arteries flexible. For seniors, this is vital. Blood vessels naturally stiffen with age. Blood becomes thicker in the mornings, and the risk of clot formation rises sharply. By thinning the blood and calming inflammation, omega-3 acts as a natural safeguard. A study published in the Journal of Lipid Research showed that daily consumption of SACHA INCHI oil for 4 months improved good HDL cholesterol by 45% and lowered triglycerides significantly. That means cleaner arteries, better circulation, and a lower risk of the clots that can trigger a devastating stroke. But omega-3 is not the only gift. SACHA INCHI is also a complete protein. Unlike many plant sources that lack 1 or more essential amino acids, this seed contains all 9. For older adults, maintaining muscle mass is not just about strength. It is about survival. Weak muscles mean reduced mobility, higher fall risk, and poorer circulation. By supporting lean muscle and tissue repair, SACHA INCHI helps seniors stay active, independent, and resilient. One 68-year-old woman in Arizona, Patricia, discovered this firsthand. She had always loved peanut butter, but her doctor told her to cut back due to cholesterol concerns. A friend suggested she try SACHA INCHI butter. Within weeks, she noticed not only more stable energy but less joint stiffness. At her next checkup, her cholesterol readings had improved, and her doctor praised her choice. Another benefit is vitamin E. SACHA INCHI is naturally rich in this antioxidant, which shields cells and blood vessels from oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is like rust forming inside arteries. Over time, it weakens vessel walls, invite plaque buildup, and raises stroke risk. By neutralizing free radicals, vitamin E slows this process, keeping arteries elastic and responsive. In fact, Peruvian studies confirm that SACHA INCHI consumption reduces inflammatory markers and strengthens arterial walls. Digestion is another area where this seed shines. Unlike peanuts, which can cause bloating or allergies, SACHA INCHI is easier to digest and hypoallergenic. Seniors with sensitive stomachs find it gentle and satisfying. It provides healthy fats that fuel the brain without spiking blood sugar or causing digestive distress. For those who struggle with lactose intolerance or heavy breakfasts, a smoothie with SACHA INCHI powder becomes a perfect alternative. How can you use it? The options are simple. Blend SACHA INCHI powder into fruit smoothies for a nutty, protein-rich flavor. Roast the seeds lightly and enjoy them as a snack instead of chips or peanuts. Spread SACHA INCHI butter on whole grain toast, or sprinkle seeds over yogurt for crunch and nutrition. Each method is easy, tasty, and designed to fit seamlessly into a senior's morning routine. The lesson here is clear. Sometimes the foods less known in America are the ones with the greatest healing power. SACHA INCHI is not just another nut. It is a centuries-old secret that modern science is finally validating. For seniors worried about blood pressure, cholesterol, or stroke, this tiny star-shaped seed offers a mighty defense. And if the wisdom of the Inca still carries weight today, then embracing SACHA INCHI is more than a dietary choice. It is a connection to ancient knowledge that kept communities strong for generations. So, if SACHA INCHI teaches us that ancient seeds can still protect modern hearts, our next ingredient reveals the hidden strength of a grain often overlooked. While quinoa has become trendy, its cousin, amaranth, remains under the radar. Yet this tiny grain is packed with magnesium, protein, and fiber that work together to lower blood pressure and strengthen arteries. If you thought breakfast grains were all the same, amaranth will change your mind. Part 5. Amaranth. The ancient grain that lowers blood pressure and protects the heart. While quinoa has taken the spotlight in recent years as a trendy health food, its cousin amaranth remains a hidden gem. This tiny seed, technically a pseudo-grain, was once a sacred staple of the Aztec civilization. For them, amaranth symbolized strength, endurance, and even spiritual power. Today, nutrition research confirms that this humble grain carries remarkable benefits for heart health, blood pressure, and stroke prevention, especially for seniors. Why does amaranth matter so much? Let us start with magnesium. Just one cooked cup of amaranth provides nearly 40% of the daily magnesium seniors need. Magnesium is not just another mineral. It is a powerful relaxer of blood vessels. When arteries are relaxed, blood pressure drops, circulation improves, and the risk of vascular stiffness decreases. Seniors with high blood pressure often suffer from rigid arteries that strain the heart and increase stroke risk. Adding magnesium-rich amaranth to breakfast acts like a natural blood pressure medication without side effects. A study published in the International Journal of Food Sciences and Nutrition found that adding amaranth to the diet reduced total cholesterol by 21% and LDL, the bad cholesterol, by 26% in just 3 weeks. Beyond magnesium, Amaranth is also a complete protein, like SACHA INCHI. It contains all 9 essential amino acids. This is rare among plant foods. For seniors, protein is crucial for maintaining muscle mass and circulation. Weak muscles slow blood flow, reduce activity levels, and increase fall risk. By supporting strong muscles, Amaranth helps keep seniors mobile and independent, indirectly protecting the heart and brain. Samuel, a 74-year-old from Colorado, experienced this transformation. He had long relied on sugary instant oatmeal packets, but his doctor warned him that his cholesterol and blood pressure were rising. A friend introduced him to amaranth porridge. At first, Samuel was skeptical, but after cooking it one morning with cinnamon and berries, he was hooked. Not only did it taste nutty and satisfying, but it also kept him full until lunch. Over time, his blood pressure readings improved, and his energy became steadier throughout the day. Another secret weapon of amaranth is its fiber content. Amaranth is rich in soluble fiber, the kind that binds to cholesterol in the digestive tract and sweeps it out of the body. This helps lower LDL cholesterol and stabilize blood sugar. 2 critical factors in stroke prevention. High blood sugar damages blood vessels and accelerates plaque buildup, while high LDL cholesterol clogs arteries. By addressing both, amaranth delivers double protection. A report in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition highlighted how amaranth improves arterial elasticity, a key marker of cardiovascular health in older adults. Amaranth also offers powerful antioxidants, including rutin and quercetin. These compounds fight oxidative stress, the silent rusting process inside blood vessels. Oxidative stress weakens artery walls, triggers inflammation, and increases the risk of clots. By neutralizing free radicals, amaranth preserves the integrity of blood vessels, reducing the risk of both ischemic strokes caused by clots and hemorrhagic strokes caused by weakened vessels bursting. How can seniors bring amaranth into their mornings? It is surprisingly versatile. One option is amaranth porridge. Cook the seeds in water or milk for 20 minutes until creamy. Then add cinnamon, nuts, or fruit. Another option is to combine half oats and half amaranth for a fiber-packed breakfast that lowers cholesterol and provides steady energy. You can also pop amaranth seeds like tiny popcorn in a dry skillet. Then sprinkle them over yogurt or smoothies for crunch. Finally, amaranth flour can replace part of the flour in homemade muffins or pancakes, turning comfort foods into heart-healthy meals. For Samuel, replacing his instant oatmeal with amaranth was life-changing. His energy no longer spiked and crashed. His cholesterol improved. And most importantly, he felt confident that each morning bowl was strengthening his heart rather than straining it. His story shows that the simplest swaps can carry the greatest rewards. The lesson is clear. Amaranth may be small and unfamiliar, but it carries centuries of wisdom. It delivers minerals, protein, fiber, and antioxidants in one powerful package. For seniors, adding amaranth to breakfast is like building an invisible shield around the arteries, protecting against stroke, heart disease, and cognitive decline. If amaranth demonstrates the strength of an ancient grain, then our next ingredient shows the healing power of a simple drink. A vibrant red tea that not only refreshes but lowers blood pressure as effectively as some medications. That tea is hibiscus, and it has been saving hearts around the world for centuries. Part 6. Hibiscus tea. The red drink that lowers blood pressure. When most people in the United States think of tea, they imagine black tea with milk, green tea bags, or maybe herbal blends for relaxation. Few realize that hibiscus tea, a bright crimson brew made from dried hibiscus petals, is one of nature's most effective and accessible remedies for high blood pressure and heart protection. For seniors, this matters deeply because high blood pressure is the leading risk factor for stroke. And every morning, when blood is thickest and pressure is highest, hibiscus tea can act like a soothing hand on overworked arteries. Martha, a 70-year-old from North Carolina, had lived with hypertension for nearly a decade. Despite her doctor's prescriptions, her blood pressure remained stubbornly high, and she grew weary of the side effects from her medications. One afternoon, her neighbor invited her over and served a ruby red cup of hibiscus tea, known in Mexico as agua de Jamaica. Martha enjoyed the tart, cranberry-like taste and decided to try swapping her morning coffee for hibiscus tea. Within 6 weeks, she noticed something remarkable. Her blood pressure readings were lower and steadier. Her doctor, surprised by her progress, even reduced her medication dosage. For Martha, hibiscus tea was not just a beverage, it was a turning point. So what makes hibiscus tea so powerful? The secret lies in its anthocyanins, the same pigments that give blueberries and pomegranates their deep color. Anthocyanins work by relaxing blood vessels, improving their flexibility, and reducing inflammation in the arterial walls. In practical terms, this means less strain on the heart, smoother blood flow, and a significantly lower risk of clots that can trigger strokes. Hibiscus tea also acts as a gentle natural diuretic. By helping the body release excess sodium and water, it eases the pressure on blood vessels, lowering both systolic and diastolic blood pressure. For seniors who are sensitive to salt or already dealing with fluid retention, this effect is invaluable. Unlike many commercial diuretics, hibiscus accomplishes this without the harsh side effects of dizziness or electrolyte imbalance when consumed in moderation. Scientific evidence strongly supports hibiscus tea's benefits. A landmark study from Tufts University found that participants who drank 3 cups of hibiscus tea daily lowered their systolic blood pressure by an average of 7 points in just 6 weeks. Another review in Phytomedicine confirmed that hibiscus tea was as effective as some mild blood pressure medications, with the added benefit of providing antioxidants that protect the entire circulatory system. But hibiscus tea is not only about blood pressure, it also helps balance cholesterol levels, lowering LDL bad cholesterol and triglycerides while supporting HDL good cholesterol. This dual action makes it particularly helpful for seniors who often face multiple risk factors: high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and arterial stiffness, all converging to raise stroke risk. By drinking hibiscus tea regularly, seniors can address several of these risk factors simultaneously. How can seniors add hibiscus tea into their morning routine? It is simple and versatile. For a hot brew, steep dried hibiscus petals, widely available in health stores and online, in boiling water for 5 to 10 minutes. For a refreshing iced tea, soak the petals overnight in cool water, creating a tart, invigorating drink for summer mornings. A touch of honey or a squeeze of lemon balances the sharpness and adds extra antioxidants. The key is consistency. Drinking 1 to 2 cups daily delivers steady benefits. Martha's experience illustrates this beautifully. By swapping her morning coffee for hibiscus tea, She not only lowered her blood pressure, but also discovered a ritual that left her calmer and more energized. She still enjoys coffee later in the day, but starting with hibiscus set the tone for healthier mornings. She began walking after breakfast with more confidence, no longer fearing that her blood pressure spikes might catch her off guard. The lesson is clear. Sometimes the most powerful medicine is not in a pill bottle, but in a teacup. Hibiscus tea offers seniors a safe, effective, and enjoyable way to protect their arteries, lower blood pressure, and dramatically reduce stroke risk. Its vibrant red color is more than just beautiful. It is a warning and a promise. A warning that high blood pressure is silent but deadly, and a promise that nature still provides simple solutions. And if hibiscus tea shows us the healing power of a crimson cup, our next ingredient continues this theme of red protection with a fruit long celebrated across cultures for its vitality and longevity. Tiny jewel-like seeds that not only delight the palate, but also strengthen the arteries and protect the brain. I am talking about pomegranate seeds, the fruit of life, and one of the most underestimated stroke fighters in the modern diet. Part 7. Pomegranate seeds, the fruit of life for arteries and brain. When most seniors see a pomegranate at the grocery store, they pass it by. The thick skin looks intimidating, the seeds seem messy, and many assume it is not worth the effort. That is a costly mistake because pomegranate seeds, known as arils, are among the most powerful natural protectors of the heart, arteries, and brain. For centuries, this fruit has been called the fruit of life in cultures across the Middle East and Mediterranean. Modern science now confirms what ancient wisdom long suspected. Those tiny ruby red jewels carry compounds that directly fight the very processes that lead to stroke. Robert, a 73-year-old from Florida, was one of those people who ignored pomegranates. He preferred bananas and apples, easy fruits with no fuss. One day, his daughter brought him a fresh pomegranate and showed him how to scoop the seeds into a bowl. At first, Robert found the process messy, but once he sprinkled the arils over his morning yogurt, he was hooked. The burst of tangy sweetness not only made breakfast more enjoyable, but also became his daily medicine. Within months, his doctor told him his cholesterol and blood pressure readings were improving. Robert realized those little seeds were protecting his arteries in ways no sugary cereal ever could. What makes pomegranate seeds so powerful? First, they are loaded with polyphenols, plant compounds that fight inflammation and oxidative stress inside blood vessels. Every day, your arteries face damage from free radicals, high blood sugar, and high cholesterol. Polyphenols act like tiny firefighters, putting out the flames of inflammation and keeping vessel walls smooth and open. Second, pomegranates improve arterial flexibility. Over time, arteries naturally stiffen, especially in seniors, raising the risk of high blood pressure and clots. Studies show that pomegranate consumption can actually reverse plaque buildup and restore elasticity, a benefit rarely seen from food alone. Third, pomegranate lowers LDL bad cholesterol while supporting healthy HDL cholesterol. This dual action reduces the risk of fatty deposits clogging arteries. Finally, pomegranate supports brain health. Its antioxidants protect neurons from oxidative damage, helping reduce the risk of memory loss and cognitive decline after a stroke. The science is compelling. A study published in Clinical Nutrition found that seniors who ate just half a cup of pomegranate seeds daily for 1 year reduced arterial plaque by nearly 30%. Another study in atherosclerosis showed that drinking pomegranate juice improved blood flow to the heart and lowered blood pressure by an average of 12%. These are not small changes. They are life-saving shifts that can mean the difference between a healthy old age and a devastating stroke. So, how can seniors add pomegranate seeds to their mornings without hassle? There are many simple options. Sprinkle a handful of fresh arils on yogurt or oatmeal. Blend them into a smoothie with banana or berries for a refreshing, nutrient-rich drink. Eat them as a small side dish or snack in place of sugary fruit cups. Toss them into salads for a pop of color and heart-protecting antioxidants. Even mixing them into whole grain pancakes or muffins adds both flavor and health benefits. For those who prefer convenience, pre-packed cups of pomegranate arils are now widely available in supermarkets. For Robert, the change was simple but profound. Instead of sugary cereal toppings, he reached for pomegranate seeds. His mornings felt brighter, his energy steadier, and his health measurably better. What seemed like a small act, adding a handful of seeds to breakfast, was actually a daily shield against stroke. The lesson is undeniable. Those jewel-like seeds are not just food. They are medicine hidden in plain sight. By making pomegranate part of the morning routine, seniors can clean their arteries, strengthen circulation, and protect their brains from the silent but deadly risk of stroke. And the best part is, this medicine tastes delicious. If pomegranate shows us the healing power of fruit, our journey does not end here. Because from the land, we now turn to the sea, where another overlooked ingredient, thin, green, and often dismissed as only sushi, wrapping delivers minerals and compounds that keep blood pressure balanced and arteries resilient. I am talking about seaweed, the ocean's vegetable and a surprising ally in the fight against stroke. Part 8. Seaweed, the ocean's vegetable for longevity. When most American seniors think of seaweed, they picture sushi rolls or exotic Asian dishes. Rarely does seaweed make its way into a breakfast routine in the United States. Yet in Japan, Korea, and coastal regions, where stroke and heart disease rates are among the lowest in the world, seaweed is a staple food eaten daily, often starting at breakfast. What looks like a thin, papery sheet or a handful of green strands pulled from the ocean is in fact one of the most concentrated sources of minerals and protective compounds for the heart and brain. For seniors, seaweed can be the missing link in the morning meal. A simple addition that delivers extraordinary benefits. Linda, a 71-year-old from Oregon, had always loved sushi, but never thought about eating seaweed at home. After reading about the longevity of Okinawans, who frequently include seaweed in their breakfasts, she decided to give it a try. She started with something simple, adding dried wakame flakes into her morning miso soup. Within weeks, she noticed she felt less bloated. Her blood pressure readings improved, and she had more steady energy throughout the day. Her doctor was impressed, and Linda realized that the ocean's vegetable had quietly become her daily medicine. So why is seaweed such a powerful ally for seniors? First, it is rich in iodine, a mineral essential for thyroid function. A healthy thyroid regulates metabolism, energy, and heart rhythm. Many seniors unknowingly have mild thyroid imbalances that contribute to fatigue, weight gain, or irregular heartbeat, all of which increase stroke risk. Adding iodine from natural sources like seaweed supports thyroid balance and overall vitality. Second, seaweed is loaded with magnesium and potassium, two minerals that help relax arteries, reduce blood pressure, and improve circulation. These minerals are especially important in the morning when blood pressure naturally spikes and vessels are under greater strain. Third, seaweed contains unique antioxidants such as fucoxanthin and phlorotannins, compounds found only in marine plants. These antioxidants reduce inflammation inside blood vessels and protect the endothelial lining, the thin layer of cells that controls vascular health. Fourth, seaweed is a natural source of soluble fiber. This fiber binds to excess cholesterol in the digestive tract and helps flush it out of the body, lowering LDL bad cholesterol and reducing plaque buildup in arteries. The science is compelling. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition found that adults who consumed seaweed regularly had a 15% lower risk of cardiovascular disease. Another Japanese study showed that wakame extract significantly reduced blood pressure in people with hypertension. And in Okinawa, home to some of the longest living people on Earth, seaweed soup or salad is part of breakfast several times a week. These populations show us that long life and low stroke risk are not accidents, but the result of consistent habits, including the regular consumption of ocean vegetables. So, how can seniors in America add seaweed to their mornings without making it complicated? It can be as simple as tossing dried wakame or nori into a bowl of miso soup, sprinkling crumbled nori sheets over scrambled eggs, or blending a small amount of powdered seaweed into a smoothie. Roasted seaweed snacks, now widely sold in grocery stores, can also replace salty crackers or chips at breakfast. Seaweed flakes can even be sprinkled on avocado toast or mixed into oatmeal with sesame seeds for a savory twist. The key is consistency. Just a few grams a day can make a meaningful difference over time. Linda's new morning ritual was easy. Instead of salty crackers with her breakfast, she enjoyed a few roasted seaweed sheets. They satisfied her craving for something crunchy and salty, but provided minerals that actually supported her heart instead of harming it. Over time, her sodium balance improved, her blood pressure stabilized, and she felt lighter and more energized. What seemed like a small change, swapping crackers for seaweed, was in fact a profound act of prevention. The lesson is clear. Do not underestimate the power of ocean vegetables. Seaweed may look fragile, but it delivers powerful nutrition. By adding it to your mornings, you provide your arteries with the minerals and antioxidants they need to stay flexible. Your thyroid with the iodine it needs to regulate energy, and your brain with protection against oxidative stress. In cultures where seaweed is eaten daily, longevity is the norm, not the exception. Seniors who embrace this habit can bring a piece of that wisdom into their own lives. And if seaweed shows us that the ocean can give us strength, then our next ingredient brings us back to the land. Bright, golden, and often hidden inside a papery husk. Golden berries are a small but mighty fruit that carries the power to protect the heart, regulate blood sugar, and guard the brain from stroke. Part 9. Golden berries. The tangy shield for heart and brain. Golden berries, sometimes called Inca berries or physalis, may look delicate wrapped in their papery husks. But inside lies one of the most powerful weapons nature offers for protecting the heart and brain. Most American seniors have never even tasted them. Yet in South America, they have been cherished for centuries as both food and medicine. Their bright, tangy flavor and vibrant golden color make them a pleasure to eat. But their real magic is in the way they lower inflammation, stabilize blood sugar, and defend the arteries against stroke. Carol, a 68-year-old from Ohio, stumbled upon golden berries at a local farmer's market. Curious about the little lantern-shaped fruits, she decided to buy a small basket. At first, she was not sure what to do with them. But one morning she sliced them into her oatmeal. The tart burst of flavor surprised her. And over the next few weeks, she began to enjoy them several times a week. To her amazement, she noticed her digestion improved. She felt lighter during the day. And at her next checkup, her cholesterol numbers had shifted in the right direction. What seemed like a novelty purchase quickly became part of her stroke prevention plan. Golden berries are unusually rich in antioxidants, especially polyphenols and carotenoids, which neutralize oxidative stress inside blood vessels. Oxidative stress is a hidden force that stiffens arteries, damages the endothelium, and accelerates the risk of clot formation. By reducing this stress, golden berries help keep arteries open and flexible, a key factor in stroke prevention. They are also high in vitamin C, a nutrient that strengthens blood vessel walls and supports better circulation. Just one handful of golden berries can provide more than 20% of the daily requirement. Another unique feature of golden berries is the presence of withanolides, natural compounds that reduce stress hormones and protect brain cells from age-related damage. For seniors, this is particularly important because high cortisol levels not only harm the heart, but also accelerate memory decline. By lowering stress at a cellular level, golden berries support both mental clarity and vascular health. Unlike many sweet fruits, golden berries are low in sugar, but high in fiber. This combination helps regulate blood sugar and improve cholesterol balance. For seniors managing diabetes or prediabetes, golden berries offer sweetness without the dangerous spikes. Their fiber content also feeds the gut microbiome, improving digestion and supporting immune function, which is often weakened in older adults. Science supports these benefits. A study published in the Journal of Medicinal Food found that extracts from golden berries significantly reduced markers of inflammation and oxidative stress, both critical risk factors for stroke. Another analysis in food chemistry highlighted their ability to improve blood lipid profiles, lowering LDL cholesterol while raising HDL cholesterol. These are not just small changes on a chart. They are real protections against heart attack and stroke. So how can seniors add golden berries to their mornings? Fresh golden berries can be sliced into oatmeal, yogurt, or cereal. Dried golden berries, available in many health food stores, can be sprinkled on top of granola or blended into smoothies. Their tangy flavor pairs beautifully with nuts, seeds, and other fruits. For a simple snack, they can be eaten raw straight from their husk. Easy, delicious, and powerful. Carol's experience is a reminder that sometimes the best medicine comes in the smallest packages. Golden berries are tiny, but they deliver antioxidants, fiber, and brain protective compounds that rival or surpass much larger fruits. By adding them to your morning, you give your arteries a golden shield, your brain a protective boost, and your body a chance to age with strength rather than decline. If golden berries teach us that small fruits can carry great power, our next ingredient proves that seeds no bigger than a grain of sand can expand into one of the most effective natural defenses against stroke. That ingredient is chia seeds, and their story is one every senior should hear. Part 10. Chia seeds. The tiny giants of stroke protection. Most people think of chia seeds as a trendy health food, often sprinkled dry on top of yogurt or baked into fancy recipes. But what many seniors do not realize is that these tiny black and white seeds, no bigger than grains of pepper, can transform into one of the most powerful tools for heart and brain protection. When soaked in liquid, chia seeds expand into a gel-like form that not only nourishes but also stabilizes blood pressure, blood sugar, and cholesterol levels. 3 of the biggest factors in stroke prevention. James, a 70-year-old from Arizona, had been diagnosed with prehypertension and felt anxious about his rising risk of stroke. His granddaughter, studying nutrition at the time, it suggested he try making chia pudding for breakfast. At first he laughed, calling them frog eggs. But after giving it a chance, he was surprised by how tasty and filling it was. More importantly, after a few months of eating chia pudding a few times each week, his doctor noticed improvements in his cholesterol and blood pressure readings. James himself felt steadier, lighter, and more energetic. Why are chia seeds so uniquely powerful? First, they are one of the richest plant-based sources of omega-3 fatty acids. Just 2 tablespoons provide more than 4,000 milligrams of ALA, the type of omega-3 that helps reduce inflammation, thin the blood, and prevent clot formation. This is essential because blood clots are the leading cause of ischemic strokes. Second, chia seeds are packed with soluble fiber. When soaked, this fiber forms a gel in the digestive tract that traps cholesterol and sugar, preventing dangerous spikes in blood sugar and reducing LDL, or bad cholesterol. Stable blood sugar and healthy cholesterol levels mean a lower risk of damage to arteries. Chia seeds are also loaded with minerals that seniors often lack. Calcium, magnesium, and potassium in chia seeds work together to regulate blood pressure, relax arteries, and support a steady heartbeat. For seniors struggling with hypertension, this mineral trio offers natural support without side effects. Their natural hydration benefit is another advantage. The gel-like consistency of soaked chia helps the body hold on to water, which is crucial in the morning hours when dehydration makes blood thicker and more likely to clot. Scientific research strongly supports these benefits. A study published in Diabetes Care found that participants who consume chia seeds daily reduced their blood pressure by an average of 7 points. Another clinical trial in the British Journal of Nutrition confirmed that chia seeds lowered triglycerides while raising HDL, the protective cholesterol. These changes are not minor. They are exactly what reduces the silent buildup that leads to stroke. The best part about chia seeds is how easy they are to add to a morning routine. Seniors can prepare chia pudding by soaking 2 or 3 tablespoons of seeds in milk, whether dairy or plant-based, overnight. By morning, the seeds have transformed into a creamy base ready to top with fruit, nuts, or cinnamon. For variety, pre-soaked chia can be blended into smoothies, stirred into oatmeal, or even added to water with lemon for a refreshing hydration drink. The key is hydration. Dry chia seeds do not offer the same benefits and may even cause discomfort. So soaking is essential. For James, his daily chia pudding became more than a breakfast. It became a ritual of reassurance. A small step each morning that reminded him he was actively protecting his heart and brain. Each spoonful was like a quiet promise of resilience. The lesson is clear. Chia seeds may look insignificant, but when used correctly, they expand into a powerful shield against stroke. They deliver omega-3, fiber, minerals, and hydration, all in one simple food. For seniors seeking an easy, affordable, and effective way to strengthen their heart, chia seeds are not optional. They are essential. And while chia seeds show us how something tiny can expand into extraordinary protection, our next ingredient proves that even a humble spice, when paired correctly, can become one of nature's most potent defenses against stroke. That ingredient is turmeric. And when combined with black pepper, it unlocks healing power that no senior should ignore. Part 11. Turmeric and black pepper. The dynamic duo for arteries and brain. Most people have heard of turmeric, the golden spice used for centuries in Asian kitchens and Ayurvedic medicine. It is often promoted as an anti-inflammatory miracle. And the truth is that it deserves much of that praise. But here is the critical detail few seniors know. Turmeric's active compound, curcumin, is not absorbed well by the body on its own. You could take spoonfuls of turmeric powder each day and still miss most of its benefits. That is where black pepper comes in. Piperine. The compound in black pepper boosts curcumin absorption by up to 2,000%. Together, turmeric and black pepper become one of the most powerful natural protectors of arteries, heart, and brain. Take George, a 75-year-old from Pennsylvania. He had suffered from stiff joints and rising blood pressure for years. His daughter suggested he try adding turmeric with a pinch of black pepper to his morning tea. Skeptical at first, George gave it a try. Within months, not only did his joint pain ease, but his blood pressure readings improved, and his doctor praised the progress. George realized he had discovered a natural ally that worked gently every day without side effects. So, why is turmeric with black pepper so important for stroke prevention? The answer lies in inflammation. Chronic low-grade inflammation is one of the silent drivers of arterial damage. Over years, it weakens the vessel walls, encourages plaque buildup, and sets the stage for clots that block blood flow to the brain. Curcumin in turmeric calms this inflammation at the cellular level, reducing oxidative stress, improving endothelial function, and keeping arteries flexible. When arteries are flexible, blood flows smoothly, and the risk of clot formation drops dramatically. Scientific research supports this. A study published in the American Journal of Cardiology found that patients given curcumin supplementation had a 65% lower risk of heart attacks after bypass surgery compared to those who did not take it. Another report in nutrition research showed that turmeric combined with black pepper improved circulation and reduced arterial stiffness in older adults. These are not vague promises. They are measurable changes that directly translate into lower stroke risk. But the benefits go beyond the heart. Turmeric with black pepper also protects the brain. And by reducing oxidative damage and calming inflammation in neural tissue, it helps preserve memory and cognitive function. Seniors who add turmeric to their diets may reduce the risk of post-stroke dementia and slow down age-related decline. This is particularly powerful when you consider that many strokes not only disable the body, but also rob people of their mental clarity and independence. How can seniors use this dynamic duo in their morning routine? One of the simplest ways is golden milk. Warm a cup of dairy or plant-based milk. Stir in 1 teaspoon of turmeric, a pinch of black pepper, and a touch of honey if desired. Sip it slowly and let it become a soothing ritual. Another option is to blend turmeric and black pepper into a smoothie with banana and mango for a tropical kick. Some sprinkle it lightly over scrambled eggs or oatmeal, while others steep turmeric root or powder in hot water with black pepper to make a tea. The options are endless, and the key is consistency. For George, golden milk was more than a new drink. It was a symbol of self-care, a daily message to his body that he was protecting it. His joints felt lighter, his blood pressure steadier, and he felt empowered, knowing he was fighting stroke risk each morning with a simple spice and a pinch of pepper. The lesson is clear. Turmeric alone is good, but turmeric with black pepper is extraordinary. Together, they unlock one of nature's most potent anti-inflammatory shields. For seniors, this means stronger arteries, a sharper brain, and a powerful defense against stroke. And now, having explored 9 unique foods and drinks, it is time to bring them all together. The question becomes, how do you build a complete and heart-protective breakfast that is simple, realistic, and enjoyable? In the next section, we will explore a blueprint for creating morning routines that use these ingredients wisely, tailored to your health needs. Part 12. The Morning Blueprint for Stroke Prevention. After learning about 9 powerful foods and drinks that protect the heart and brain, the question for most seniors is simple. How do you put them together into a routine that is realistic, enjoyable, and sustainable? Knowing that turmeric with black pepper, chia seeds, pomegranate, seaweed, hibiscus tea, amaranth, golden berries, beet greens, and black sesame each offer unique benefits is only the first step. The next step is creating a daily ritual that works for your body and lifestyle. The truth is, stroke prevention does not come from one magical food. It comes from a pattern of habits that together create resilience. Think of it like weaving a net. Each ingredient is a thread. Alone, it may not hold much, but woven together, these threads form a strong net that protects your arteries, lowers blood pressure, reduces inflammation, and keeps the brain sharp. So what does a blueprint for a heart-protective morning look like? It starts even before food. Begin with hydration. A glass of water within 30 minutes of waking thins the blood, wakes up circulation, and lowers the morning risk of clotting. Add a squeeze of lemon for vitamin C or a teaspoon of honey for antioxidants if you prefer. This small step primes your body for everything else. Next comes the foundation of the meal. Swap out white bread, sugary cereals, or processed pastries for whole grains like amaranth or oats. Amaranth porridge with a sprinkle of black sesame and pomegranate seeds delivers magnesium, antioxidants, and fiber in one bowl. Add chia seeds that were soaked overnight to form a gentle gel. This stabilizes blood sugar, lowers cholesterol, and keeps you full until midday. Now choose your beverage wisely. Instead of starting with coffee, brew a cup of hibiscus tea. Its tart flavor and deep red color are more than refreshing. They actively lower blood pressure, protect arteries, and reduce inflammation. Later in the day, coffee can still be enjoyed, but let the morning belong to a drink that heals. Incorporating vegetables into breakfast is another overlooked key. Most American breakfasts are heavy on starch and sugar, light on greens. But beet greens sautéed with olive oil or tossed into an omelet can transform the first meal of the day. They deliver nitrates that widen blood vessels, potassium that balances blood pressure, and vitamin K that protects arteries from calcification. For those who want variety, seaweed flakes can be sprinkled over eggs or stirred into miso soup, adding iodine, magnesium, and unique antioxidants found only in ocean vegetables. Spices then act as the finishing touch. Turmeric with black pepper belongs in your morning routine in some form. Whether as golden milk, sprinkled on eggs, or blended into a smoothie. Its anti-inflammatory power strengthens both arteries and brain function, while black pepper unlocks its full potential. This is one of the simplest, most powerful ways to make breakfast medicinal. But beyond the ingredients themselves, the blueprint emphasizes balance and enjoyment. A routine must be practical. If you dislike porridge, try smoothies. Blend spinach, banana, chia seeds, and turmeric with almond milk. Then top with pomegranate seeds or golden berries. If you prefer savory, try miso soup with seaweed and beet greens. Then finish with a cup of hibiscus tea. The key is to choose 2 or 3 protective ingredients each morning and rotate them for variety. The science supports this blueprint. Studies consistently show that seniors who eat high-fiber, plant-based breakfasts with antioxidants and minerals have lower rates of hypertension, cholesterol problems, and stroke. Harvard researchers found that skipping breakfast or eating processed foods increased stroke risk by 27%, while balanced plant-rich breakfasts reduced it dramatically. For seniors, this blueprint is not about restriction. It is about replacement. You do not need to give up breakfast. You need to make it smarter. Replace the white bread with amaranth porridge. Replace the sausage with sautéed beet greens. Replace the second cup of coffee with hibiscus tea. Replace peanut butter with black sesame or SACHA INCHI butter. These swaps add up over weeks. Blood pressure steadies. Arteries soften. Energy rises. And memory sharpens. George, the man from Pennsylvania who began drinking golden milk, now follows this blueprint. Most mornings, he drinks water with lemon, eats a bowl of amaranth with chia and pomegranate, and sips hibiscus tea. Sometimes he adds beet greens or sprinkles seaweed flakes on his eggs. He no longer fears the morning hours. Instead, he sees them as his time of healing. His doctor notes that his cholesterol is lower, his blood pressure steadier, and his risk of stroke significantly reduced. The lesson is clear. A strong heart and sharp mind after 65 are not built overnight. They are built each morning, one choice at a time. By weaving these foods into your routine, you create a shield against stroke. You give your body the tools it needs to protect itself. You remind yourself each day that prevention is not complicated. It is simply a matter of choosing wisely, consistently, and with care. Doctor's final words. After decades of caring for patients, I have learned one unshakable truth. Health after 65 is not defined by chance or genetics alone. It is shaped each morning by the choices you make when you rise. The hours between 6 and 9 in the morning are the most dangerous time of day for stroke, yet they also hold the greatest opportunity for protection. What you eat, what you drink, and how you treat your body in those first moments can decide whether your arteries stay open or become clogged, whether your brain stays sharp or slips into decline. Many seniors believe that disease is inevitable, that memory loss, weak legs, or a tired heart are simply part of aging. But the science says otherwise. Up to 80% of strokes can be prevented with lifestyle changes. And breakfast is one of the most powerful places to begin. A glass of water to thin the blood is a cup of hibiscus tea to calm the arteries, and a bowl of amaranth with chia seeds to steady blood sugar, beet greens for nitrates, turmeric with black pepper to fight inflammation, pomegranate seeds to cleanse the vessels, and black sesame to strengthen the heart. None of these are exotic. None are expensive, and all are within your reach. I think of patients like Eleanor, who once threw beet greens in the trash, but now sautés them with olive oil, and whose blood pressure improved within weeks. Or James, who thought chia pudding looked like frog eggs, but soon found it kept his heart steady and his energy consistent. Or George, who once woke stiff and fearful of his mornings, but now begins with golden milk, confident he is protecting his brain and arteries with every sip. These are not miracles. They are habits, repeated with care. The lesson is simple. Your body still remembers how to heal, no matter your age. Every morning you have the chance to remind it. You can let the hours slip by with toast and coffee, or you can choose foods and drinks that act like medicine. You can let habits erode your strength, or you can use those same habits to build it back. The difference lies in intention. So tomorrow, when you wake, begin with water. Then choose one ingredient from the list we shared. Add it to your breakfast and let that choice be your first act of self-defense against stroke. The next day, try another. Layer them together until your mornings are no longer ordinary, but extraordinary. Because each small act, repeated over time, is what keeps your heart strong, your brain sharp, and your independence intact. Now, I would love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share in the comments which ingredient you will try first. Will it be chia seeds, and hibiscus tea, or perhaps golden berries? Type 1 if you are ready to begin your new morning routine, or type 0 if you need more time. Share this video with someone you love, because knowledge only becomes powerful when it is passed on. And do not forget to like, subscribe, and stay with us for more senior health tips designed to protect your heart, your brain, and your future.